Hi, I'm David Katz with thepostgame.com, and we're joined today by the great columnist Jason Whitlock. Jason, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Glad to be here.
So you got a lot going on right now, and there's a lot going on in the sports world right now. Let's talk a little bit about Mayweather-Pacquiao. That fight's coming up. What are your thoughts on the fight? What's going to be the best storyline coming into it?
Coming into it, I think for me, I think it's going to be a bad fight. I think it's going to be boring. I think Floyd is a defensive fighter. I think both the fighters are old and past their prime. I think it's a great hyped event, but I think people are going to be disappointed when they watch these guys dance for 12 rounds and set up the rematch. I think it's going to be a draw, and it's all going to be about setting up the rematch.
Interesting. Do you think there are any interesting cultural undertones here where you have a guy like Pacquiao and a guy like Mayweather from very different places, different educational backgrounds, different career aspirations, post-fighting? Anything interesting there that you draw from that?
I think it's going to be interesting how fight fans break down on this. I think African Americans are going to strongly support Floyd Mayweather. I think the strongest group of boxing fans we have in America now are Mexican and Latino fans. And even though Pacquiao is not, I think that support is going to get thrown behind Manny Pacquiao. And so it won't be the black-white dynamic that we've seen be so popular in boxing before, but I do think the fight will be energized by the black-Latino dynamic, one side rooting for Floyd, the other side rooting for Manny.
We're coming down the home stretch in the NBA. Who's your take for MVP? A lot of MVP chatter out there. What's your take?
I think that it has to be Stephen Curry just because Golden State's had such an incredible season, and they're, to me, the prohibitive favorite to win the whole thing. And I just think Steph Curry deserves it. And I know James Harden's had an incredible year. Russell Westbrook's had an incredible year. LeBron has been LeBron. But, what Stephen Curry has done with his shooting, ball handling, what Golden State has done with a team that, such a perimeter shooting team, it's been incredible during the regular season. So I got to give it to Stephen Curry.
So you have an exciting new venture coming out, the Undefeated. What can you tell the viewers about your new website?
Well, we hope that it's going to be, the industry leader in a conversation about race and culture through the lens of sports. We think it's going to drive a lot of conversation and hopefully elevate the conversation around race and culture in America. I think that so much of the media is focused on a hot take or an instantaneous emotional reaction to events in the news. And hopefully we're going to be a little bit more thoughtful and put people ahead of the conversation, give them more to think about and talk about as we analyze and address things outside the sports world and things inside the sports world.
You're now a triple threat. You got writing, reporting, video. What's the mix going to be for you on your site?
Well, I think we'll be grounded in writing because that's what I'm most passionate about and that's what I believe in the most. I've said for years, and people think it's a joke, but it's like if there was something better than writing, God would have put the Bible out on video, and he did not do that. So I think writing is the most powerful form of communication, and so we want to establish a strong foundation, a strong written foundation, and then everything else will flow from that.
Let's talk about the second most powerful form, which is video. You've written a lot about The Wire. I'm from Baltimore. I'm a huge fan of The Wire. Is there anything on television today that's exciting you as much as The Wire did, inspiring you, challenging you? What's on your playlist right now?
Game of Thrones. It starts back up this Sunday or, August 12th or whatever the date is. Game of Thrones is my favorite show on TV right now. It's about the pursuit of power and relationships between men and women. I'm not a guy that likes fantasy books or anything. I would never probably read the books, but the TV show is awesome. I still like the TV show Mad Men, not as good as it used to be, and I watch The Americans. So that's kind of what I watch now, but it's like I'm watching The Americans playing catch up. I'm watching it on Amazon. And I've also, for just kicks and giggles, I won't say the other word, for kicks and giggles, I watch Justified. It's silly, but it entertains me.
Jason Whitlock, best of luck with your new site, and thanks for joining us on thepostgame.com.
Thank you.